President Obama says climate change is hazardous to your health and it made his daughter's asthma worse. Here's what he said to Good Morning America, direct quote. Well, you know, Malia had asthma when she was 4. And because we had good health insurance, we were able to knock it out early. And if we can make sure that our responses to the environment are reducing those incidents, that's something that I think every parent would wish for. Now, here's his thought process. Climate change causes more droughts, causes more wildfires, which means more smoke in the air, which leads to air pollution, and that air pollution makes asthma worse. Look who's here. Dr. Devi is with us. Now, what do you make of this? Or are you going to tell us about his smoking, aren't you?
Maybe a little. I mean, I think that there are a lot of things in the environment that we could improve to help prevent asthma. But at the same time, you know, we don't know what the cause is. So
do you think it's a stretch to link climate change with more atmospheric pollution, therefore more asthma?
I think it is a little bit of an indirect link.
It's a stretch.
Well, pollution actually does link to asthma, but we're not sure exactly why. So, you know, if people live close to highways or roadways, then they are more likely to get asthma as kids. But even if you're in rural areas, you can get asthma. So it's not a clear link. And in terms of President Obama's daughter, I think that, you know, the fact that he was a smoker, at least at that time, you know, we've done a lot in terms of health studies and stuff looking at the relationship between secondhand smoke and the development of asthma.
We're nodding in agreement here.
There was a wildfire, okay, but it was coming from his cigarette.
That's right.
What we're saying.
Secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
That could have been it.
Yeah, so that's actually one of the things that parents can do to actually protect their kids, you know, if they can stop smoking. And I think he should be applauded for quitting, especially since his daughter has asthma. But his argument seemed to be more about the climate change.
I think so. That was a politically motivated argument. What is the major cause of asthma in children? What is it?
Yeah, so we don't know for sure. So that's the thing. You know, everything, like with most chronic diseases, you have something that's genetic. So, you know, a child will inherit something from the parents that may predispose them. Then you have environmental factors, of course, or triggers. So for a lot of people, it could be something allergic, you know, let's say pollen, for example. I mean, it could be pollution. But then you can also have other things like exercise or cold can trigger an asthma attack. And the problem in asthma is actually between, let's say, your nose and mouth and your lungs, where you have trouble getting the air through to your body, so your organs suffer. And your body sees these triggers and attacks it. And so the thing is, they're not dangerous like bacteria and viruses, so it ends up attacking itself. So you're causing the damage to yourself.
Like the histamines is what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're in the medical field, obviously you are, then how do you feel about the issue of climate change being so frequently used as a reason why you've got this outbreak or that illness or that condition?
Well, I have mixed feelings. I mean, I think there are things that we can do ourselves. If we blame it on something so large, then people feel like maybe they don't have control over their environment or what's happening to them. But there are a lot of things that we can actually do to protect ourselves and protect our kids. At the same time, I'm sure a lot of things in our environments, I mean, climate change is a very broad term, but there are a lot of things in our environment, probably pollution, you know, other things that we can make better. So I think we should look at those things and try to improve things for the long term, but at the same time, we should look closer to home.
Are you born with asthma, or does it develop when you're 5, 6, 7 years old?
So it's a little bit tricky, because maybe you're born with a genetic predisposition, or you're born with these factors that might give you asthma, but in terms of symptoms, those have to develop. So we don't know what actually causes symptoms to appear in people. I mean, one thing is that asthma actually has stabilized. So the number of people...
Wait. Asthma has stabilized, number of new cases, number of sufferers?
The number of people going to the ER with symptoms. So when you're talking about symptoms, the number of ER visits, the number of hospitalizations, those things seem to be coming down a little bit.
Is that because there are better medications now to treat them?
That's one option. That's true. And then the other thing is also people, in terms of smoking, that's also going down. That seems to be hitting a new all-time low.
But you forgot climate change. All the stuff we're doing to reduce the effects of climate change, surely that has an effect.
I'm sure that matters too. I mean,
no, I'm joking.
Sarcasm.
A low form of wit.
I can never catch sarcasm.
Dr. Devi, whose last name we find it very difficult to pronounce, so you're going to do it for us.
Oh, Nampia Parampil.
Nampia Parampil.
Yes.
You got it, Stuart. Brilliant.
I do, don't I? All right. Dr. Devi, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you.